Hey, welcome to the Morning Mix podcast. This morning we learned that Swanee actually saved some children from a horrible haunted house.
Yeah, and maybe he could have been there to help one of our listeners, hold her hair back while she threw up from being scared.
We also learned that many folks have gone on amazing field trips, including to Santa's house.
Oh my God, how do you beat that?
You really don't.
Bozo. Close.
Pretty close. The Santa of the Midwest. That and much more coming your way right now on the Morning Mix podcast. You never know when a moment calls for a good old spanking, just, oh, man. That feels right,
That was a hard one.
It was a lot. A lot happens there. But it can happen from time to time. Some people enjoy that. Now, we're not here saying that we are pro spanking. We're just saying two consenting adults, somebody needs a little love touch. It's their business.
I think most people like a little spank.
Do we think most? Or we're going most?
I'm going to go most.
Okay.
I'm not saying a mean spank. I'm saying like...
We go, hey, I'm over here and you're
love
over
tap.
there. Yeah, what's happening? Well, in the movie Killers of the Flower Moon, DiCaprio gets spanked by De Niro, and they revealed that DiCaprio wore butt padding. Now, I will mark, he's getting spanked with a paddle.
Oh.
It's not just the De Niro hand.
It's like at the Hofbrau house. When
Exactly
you take a shot,
right.
Yeah,
they
that-
bend you over, take a wooden paddle, and...
Yeah, crack.
That was a fun time.
It was a good time, right?
Did you do that?
I did that for Joel for his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess that's his, right?
He hasn't sat down since, right?
Waitress at the Brow House when it was open.
That's the one. That's who he would want. Yeah. He also thought you guys were going to a bra house.
Yeah, what are you
I
gonna
was
do?
like, I don't understand. There's no bras here at all. What are we talking about? But getting spanked can be fun, and some people enjoy it. We have audio of one of those people. There it is. So if DiCaprio is out here getting spanked by De Niro, who would you like to be spanked by? 815, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I want to feel it.
Oh.
Yeah, watch out. That's a lot of
That is
I don't know about
big
that.
old Austrian swing. Watch out. Erica says Jeremy Renner.
Oh, okay.
And 847, I'll take a spank from Nick Jonas. See if Priyanka lets you. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds on the list quite a lot, including a couple of extras. 773, Ryan Reynolds, por favor. Also, Ryan Reynolds, swoon. 815, I'll take one from Busty Daker. We met Busty Daker yesterday.
Busty Daker that's
I was
one of her specialties.
Trying to say Dusty Baker, and it all came out all mixing caboodled up. But yeah, a little Busty Daker right there.
Definitely.
219, let me get one from Jennifer Coolidge.
Okay.
Wow. There you go. Kate Upton. Haven't heard that name in a minute.
Wow, okay.
Kate Upton can spank at any time, they say. So watch out. Who you want to be spanked by.
This is so weird.
Definitely Jennifer Lawrence, and I think she'd like it. You think it's weird, Nikki? Hold on tight. 708, hands down, Nikki. A couple of Violetta spankings in here.
Oh.
A couple of requests.
Boy.
Nikki Glazer, comedian. She's on there. 847, I want to be spanked by Robert Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond. The Deborah.
Yeah.
That's Ray, but his brother Robert with the deep voice.
Brad Garrett is
That's
Robert?
the guy.
Okay.
815, Andre the Giant.
Whoa.
Boy, rest in peace, but what a swing that would be. And knock you into the next room.
Exactly.
630, today I'd like to be spanked with a good grade on my math test.
That's a good plan.
Fingers crossed. 708, Jason Bateman. You'd be so sarcastic about it. Yeah. Tyson Bagent, bring it on. There he is, starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears right now. Your backup QB can get in there and spank it anytime. 708, Doja Cat, give it to me, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it as submitted.
All right.
I'm a straight woman, but Dua Lipa can spank me anytime she wants.
Okay.
There you go. Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually... They said if they're alive, Mariska Hargitay. If they can be dead, Linda Carter in her Wonder Woman outfit.
It's a big network television fan right
Yeah.
here we got.
630, Will Smith can spank me, but I get to insult his wife first.
Ah.
Kind of like that. 708, I honestly don't know where to go with this one. That's it.
That's what they texted?
That's what they texted. Julia says McCabe.
Whoa.
Ooh, he got spanked yesterday because he got in trouble for not
Yeah.
setting his fantasy football lineup. Comedian Matt Rife, 708. Have you guys seen him? He's like the hot young guy comedian. He's real fit. He's got the abs, chiseled jawline. He does comedy.
No.
And for the record, Linda Carter's still alive.
Oh, great.
So you can
Oh,
still
yeah.
get spanked. by
Okay,
her.
so
I got
living
real
Mariska-
nervous.
Oh, they
So they
killed
want-
Linda Carter. I
Yeah.
didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy. All right, so left cheek Mariska Hargitay, right cheek Linda Carter.
There you go.
That sounds good to me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I'm sorry. 630 said, hey, correction. I want his dad, Travis Bajan, to spank me, not Tyson.
The arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, there you
Whoa,
go.
that's
Watch
another
out.
one.
It's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
Those are the folks that you want a spanking that butt. What a Wednesday we're having around here.
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
Kelly Clarkson says that she freaked out once so badly in a haunted house they had to get her out of there. She had a panic attack. It was horrible. And then our own Swanee revealed, oh, yeah, no, I was at the haunted house with my buddy and his kids, and I had to carry the kids out of the haunted house. They got so scared. And his buddy almost broke Swanee's neck and ripped
Yeah.
his shirt, holding on to him so tight.
He was no help.
Not,
he was
not
no help
any
with his
at
own
all.
kids.
What's your problem? You're not setting a great example for these guys. We got a text here from a 219. I once took my son and his friend to a haunted house. His friend squeezed my hand so tightly he bent my wedding ring. I had to have the ring cut off.
Wow.
That
Holy
is
cow.
a scared little kid. And I know that this is our music for I'll Go First, but I feel like for this conversation, we kind of have to live in this space.
Definitely.
Uh-oh, hang on. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Good morning, Raminta. How are you today?
I am good. So we went to Hell's Gate Haunted House. Now, part of the haunted house
Wait, I'm
requires
sorry.
you...
Hell's Gate?
Hell's Gate.
I'm not even
When you
getting in the
walk
car.
there.
I'm
No,
not
they're
even
not
getting in
messing
the
around
car.
with that title.
I will stay at Applebee's. I'll meet you afterward. Okay, sorry. So, Raminta, you guys are
So
going to
you
Hell's
have
Gate.
You have to go through a forest preserve, basically, to get to the haunted house.
Oh, my
So
God.
my daughter
Wow.
and my friend Viviana are like on each side of me, and they're like literally ripping at me. Like my clothes were like practically being torn off. My daughter was so scared. She had her hand up and holding my bra. I was
Wow.
like, I was going to horrify that I was going to be one of the haunted house attractions because I was going to walk out of there naked.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
so freaking scared. I was.
Wait, so her hand was up under your shirt holding your
Her
bra?
hand was up under my shirt holding my bra so that I couldn't get away from her.
Yeah, see, I would have taken her spot. But other than that.
Whose idea was this? All of you sound terrified. So
Yeah.
who was like, you know what? Let's go to Hell's Gate.
I love this. Go on.
Oh,
She loves it
Hang
so
on a sec.
much.
She loves it a lot.
Yeah.
We got it.
Okay.
The forest preserve part.
Forest preserve.
I think most,
That's where-
most people would be like, at that point,
Hey.
you never know what might happen back there.
Who needs coffee? I'm awake now.
Right.
Youch.
Definitely. Yep.
Feel that one in my butt.
All right, so Raminta,
Very
her kids were
aggressive.
holding on to there. She loves it.
A lot.
Loves it a lot.
So much.
She loved
Hi,
it.
Christine. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing really, really well. Now, what happened? You were the one who got so freaked out. How old were you when this happened?
I was probably like 8 or 9, so I was in second grade. This was like 25 years ago almost now.
Okay.
And it was in a haunted house in one of those strip malls, so really not even scary. And I started freaking out, screaming, crying. I was begging my dad to make it stop. He had to beg them to take off all their masks and then turn the lights on so we could leave.
Oh, my gosh. And so you guys didn't even make it through the whole thing. You had to have them shut it down and leave.
Yeah, and I ruined like everyone else's experience, and I haven't been to a haunted house since.
Wow.
indeed.
That's hilarious.
That sounds very similar. I thought maybe
Yeah.
she'd be like, and my Uncle Swanee carried me out. I'm like,
No.
what? Wow. So Christine's dad had to shut the whole thing down. Hi, MJ. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing really well. Now, you freaked out and you tried to run away, but what happened?
So it was a haunted house. You know, it was like I was like 8 years old, so this was a long time ago. But it wasn't super scary. But for me, it was. You step on buttons and like things would pop up behind a wall. And my brothers and my sister and I, we freaked out so bad. We were just like clawing at each other trying to find the exit. But at the end of this particular haunted house, it was like a maze of mirrors. So when you think you were going one way, you were like hitting the mirror, and I just kept bumping into mirrors every way, getting out. And I came out, and I had like split my lip open
Oh,
and
no.
had like a red gash on my eye. So yeah, I never went in one again after that.
Oh, walked into the mirrors and got all cut up and hurt. That's crazy.
Well, because you're trying to run out of there.
Right?
You keep running into a wall.
Gotta get the hell out of here.
So wonderfully statistic? Is that what you would call
I
it?
think so, yeah.
Yep.
Hi, Dina. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing all right. Now, this happened to you in the haunted house, and how old were you?
It was 2 years ago, so that's embarrassing. I was 25.
Okay, 25 years old. What haunted house were you at? Was it Hell's Gate?
No, it was not Hell's Gate. I don't even remember. Trying to forget about that anyways.
And what
Well, I
happened?
was in a haunted house, and I don't like people popping up, and they were popping up. I got so scared, I started gagging. It smelled bad, and I just threw up.
Oh,
And so I
Wow.
had to get escorted out.
Oh, my God.
Holy.
you got so scared you barfed.
It was so scary that I threw up. Yep.
Guys, I don't
Yeah.
think.
And now I'm not allowed
I
to
think
go
the
to work.
organizers are like, listen, I think we just won. I think we're high-fiving. We
gotta
can pop the
advertise.
champagne now.
Hey, guys, we got somebody get on social. This is so scary you'll vomit.
Yeah.
And someone behind her is like, is this
Right.
part of the act?
Right.
She's throwing up. This is brilliant.
Is she a plant?
Yeah.
So you puke everywhere. Are we now? And they drag
I was
you out.
escorted out.
You were escorted
Yeah.
out. Did they have to shut the thing
Yeah.
down for biohazard and clean it up?
I honestly drove away really fast. I was so embarrassed. So probably though.
Were you with people, or did you just go by yourself?
I was with my husband and his cousins, and now my husband doesn't let me go to haunted houses anymore.
Yeah, I think that's probably best for
Smart.
everybody.
Fair if I
Smart.
bring it up. Yep.
Well, Dina, I think getting so scared you vomit, I don't think we're going to beat that. So congratulations.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
Best field trips ever. Many people are going on many awesome field trips. We got a text that said, our 8th grade field trip, we went to see the Harry Potter movie in theaters.
Oh, wow.
We read the book and now
Yeah.
the movie's out. Let's go. That's a cool teacher.
Mm-hmm.
What was the best field trip you ever went on? Good morning, Jamie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing really well. Best field trip ever? What was it?
Elementary school, the recycling plant in Des Plaines.
Recycling plant in Des Plaines. Now, I've heard of this. So
Yeah.
what did you do at the field trip? You guys got to
You
bring
got-
in a bottle and see what happens?
Yeah, so you took a tour of the building, and then you saw all them crush all the recycling stuff into cubes. And you saw it go down the conveyor belt. My mom loved it so much, she took us back there every year as a
Wow.
family.
Just
Not
like a
even
family
with kids.
outing to the recycling plant. That's
Yeah.
kind of fun. It's a good trip you can recycle,
Yeah.
you know? Thank you.
Yeah.
What?
All right, so Jamie, it's the recycling plant in Des Plaines. Now, Amanda, this is a classic Chicago field trip. Amanda, best field trip ever.
Yes, we went to the Museum of Science and Industry back in 4th grade. And, of course, that's, the classic Chicago place to go since we're in the Chicagoland area. And what was really fun about it is my dad was the one that chaperoned my little group of 4. And we did not know that we were actually supposed to stay with the rest of our class. So my dad just decided to take us all around the museum. Everyone else ended up staying pretty much in the same location the whole time, but my dad took us around the whole thing. And then we all loved the field trip in my little group so much that our senior prom was actually also at the Museum of Science and Industry, and we recreated the photo we took there back in 4th grade.
Oh, that's
great.
amazing.
Yeah. So you went rogue?
Yeah, cool dad.
And
cool
it
dad.
worked out for you.
Yeah.
I know. We realized at lunchtime when we were all supposed to kind of meet in this one area for lunch, they were all like, "Where did you guys go?" And we were like, "Oh, we were just doing our own thing."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, Dad put us in the car. We went to Kuma's. We got burgers. Like, wait, what? Okay, so
No.
the Museum of Science and Industry, I remember that one. That was always a fun one. And
Mm-hmm.
then as a kid, the idea of being on a bus from Mount Prospect and going into the city, we would see the building on the Kennedy where they would paint Michael Jordan on it.
Yeah.
And that was like the biggest moment ever. We
The
were like,
old-
oh my God, we saw Michael Jordan.
The old Bigsby and Crothers wall.
That's the one.
Yep.
Let's go over here to Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing really well. Now, Hannah, you did not go to Montana, but where did you field trip?
So in 8th grade, we took a field trip to Washington, D.C. What? And it was around the time that they were creating the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And they tricked us. They told us, we're not going to be able to go. It's going to be too crazy. But we did end up going, and we got to see Barack Obama give a speech. And I think Aretha Franklin was there, too.
What? Oh, my gosh.
This is 8th grade?
Yeah, 8th grade.
That's crazy. You guys are just walking around, and you got to see Obama give a speech and Aretha Franklin perform.
Yes, and then we got to go through the new Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial.
That's awesome. That's historical.
Yeah, it's legitimate history.
That's pretty
Yeah.
wild. Okay, so Hannah gets to witness history on her field trip. Reminder, Jamie was at the recycling plant in Des Plaines. I'm not trying to belittle anyone's field trips. I'm
No,
just,
but-
Well,
there's a
also
lot of really
fun.
cool
They-
experiences.
They
Also
all
fun,
loved him.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina. How are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
We're doing really well. Now, you were in a concrete jungle where dreams are made of. Where were you, Christina?
We were in New York, New York. The city's so nice, they named it twice.
Boom.
Yes.
New York.
Mhm.
And what did you get to do? Why were you in a field trip in New York? Did you guys just get to pick a place to go? How old were you?
So this was my senior year of high school, and I was in the marching band, and this was the trick we picked.
Wait, what was it?
It was for all the seniors.
Oh, okay, it's for all the
senior trip. Okay.
Senior trip.
Got it.
Okay,
Makes
I
sense.
thought maybe you guys were in the Macy's parade.
Well,
Oh, no, I wish.
Oh, okay, got it.
Did you guys go to shows? Did you have like what was the big thing on the itinerary that you were most excited about?
The best thing was probably going on top of the Empire State Building, but we also saw Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
yeah.
the Phantom of the Opera. That's kind of cool. Did you guys perform at the Empire State Building, or did you just go see it?
We just went to see it.
Oh, okay, cool. I
We
didn't
did
know.
perform in like the heart of the city, but
Wow.
that wasn't the best part.
Okay, got you. So, Christina, it's New York City and the Empire State Building. Hi, Tina. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. I love your show.
Oh, love you right back.
Thanks.
You know, we joked about this, but it actually happened to you in kindergarten. Where did you take a field trip?
To the Bozo Show.
Let's go.
Wow.
Did anyone in your class get to play Bozo Buckets?
I did. Not the buckets. I got to cut the ribbon.
Oh,
So
what a moment.
It was awesome, and it was around the holiday time. I remember because we were making popcorn
Like Garland?
things that go around the tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
were sticking popcorn in string and eating it at the same time. It was great.
What a dream.
The amazing thing is the waiting list used to be literally
Yes.
10 years or something for Bozo. So I'm surprised that they were able to get a field trip unless the school applied
I don't know.
10 years earlier.
They
Like,
must have.
okay, finally.
We got to the Bozo show as little kids because my grandma won tickets on WGN.
Oh, that's cool.
So we got
wow.
to go.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
I think I went when I was 10 because
Yeah.
my mom applied for them when I was born.
Literally.
No joke.
It's like getting, no,
You
he's
laugh.
not kidding.
I'm
It's
telling
serious.
you the truth.
Yes,
That's the
it's
truth.
like getting Cubs season
Yeah.
tickets. You
Yeah.
live
I
forever.
just love the idea of filling out the birth certificate
Yeah,
and then
right.
the Bozo show
Yeah.
application.
At that point, you had to call a number and be
Yeah,
like, it wasn't a
however-
website to write a
however it
letter.
worked. No,
yeah, send a
yeah.
blood sample.
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel. Good morning.
Good morning.
Rachel, you're a teacher. Is that right?
Yeah.
Amazing. And what was the amazing field trip as a teacher?
So I taught first grade for a couple years in North Pole, Alaska, and I took my class on a field trip to Santa's house.
Are you kidding me?
It was amazing. Like, I, as an adult, was in heaven.
Now, hold on a minute. You've been to Santa's house?
I met him. I got to tell him what I wanted for Christmas, and he liked my hat.
Nice.
Rachel? That's unbelievable.
It was so cool. They got to pet, like, the reindeer, and they got to sit on his chair with him. They had cookies with him. It was a dream for an adult, so I'm sure for a kid it was magical.
Now, were Donder and Blitzen playing nice with each other? Because, sometimes those two get into kerfuffles.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, these things were so chill. I guess I expected them to be, like, kind of running around and being crazy in the pen, and they were, like, letting the kids walk up and give them carrots and petting them, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Well, they work for the friendliest guy on the planet. That's unbelievable. So, Rachel, what time of year did you get to go to Santa's house? Like, was it the busy season?
Oh, yeah, we went in December.
Oh, wow. And they let you in?
Man.
It was so cool. It's like a local attraction there. Like, you can
course
go
it is.
for... Yeah, it's literally magical. But yeah, we
Unbelievable.
scheduled it in December. They had cocoa and cookies with Santa, and they got to tell him what they wanted for Christmas. They wrote him a letter.
Wow.
Drop it. Pure emotion, he's never fake. Guilty pleasure like stepping on a rake. He might even make your head shake. Here we go with hot take.
All right, we all know those people. They just have to make themselves a part of everything, every activity, every event, every gathering, every lunch, every dinner, every party, every club, every team, every opening, every closing, everything. And that is not necessarily a bad thing at all. Being involved is definitely better than being invisible, except when it's not. Like sometimes when you get into stuff just because it's there, without any regard to how your presence might affect the other people who might be involved in said thing. Especially if there's money involved. Just so you don't think I'm talking only about other people, I'll give you a personal example involving myself. Last year, guy I know hosted a poker game. I used to play poker with my friends all the time in a past life, so I thought, you know what? I'll go, I'll show up, I'll play a few hands. They'll all think I'm a wonderful guy. Well, I showed up and immediately realized I had no idea how to play the games that they were playing, and they all did. And I was too embarrassed to ask. So I eventually literally just kept throwing all my chips in, and then I just gave everyone all my money, and I went home, feeling embarrassed and very stupid, and giving myself the lesson saying, you know what? That was a mistake. I should have stayed home. Which brings me to the specific subject of something that I am really into, fantasy football. Now, I know if all your friends have a league and you have the FOMO thing and you don't mind dropping a couple of bucks you may never get back, you might be tempted to get in just because, like, well, it can't be a league if I'm not in it. And they must not think I'm a terrible guy, so I'm going to get in because I want them to like me because it's not a thing if I'm not there. Guess what? It's only a good idea if you plan to keep up with it and actually try to win every week. Because if you don't, you might be kind of a butt. And that's in a league with your friends. Now, if it's a work league, I dare say it's probably even worse. Because if you ignore your fantasy football team, you're not only hurting yourself, you are blowing the integrity of the whole league. Why? Because you have opponents who get automatic wins every time they play you. And if you have 4 guys in bye weeks in your lineup and your quarterback's a guy who hasn't been active in real life all year, those automatic wins for the people playing against you are not fair to the people who are not playing against you. See, they have opponents who are trying to win, meaning they may lose. And when they fall behind in the standings compared to the teams who have gotten to play your sorry butt an extra time or two, that tends to make people and league commissioners upset. Now, it's just a game. I understand this. There's often cash involved. And when that's the case, you never want to mess around with people's money. Even if it's not the case, it's not up to you to make the unilateral decision that the game is not important. I'm actually losing my breath.
I noticed
over
that.
there.
Yeah, right? You're getting really fired up about
I need to take a little. I did take
It's
a little
about
deeper.
McCabe.
I didn't mention any names. All right. Now, to the other people, trying to win is the fun. It only works if everybody gives a crap. As a wise person who does a feature called Soundcheck on this show once said, it's like that person when you're playing a board game who just says whatever when his turn comes around. Like, it puts a Debbie Downer, a buzzkill, and a complete wet blanket over the whole affair. If you don't want to play, you shouldn't have played. Because we want to. So if you have one of those people in your office or in your friend group, take a yellow flag and throw it in their general direction. Make them march back 15 yards and tell them to just keep going right out of the league.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
Time to get to smooching. Today, your Mix Top 6 focuses on why kissing can make you healthier. You know what I'm saying? No? Just me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here, let's go here. There we go.
Okay, this is
Now we're better?
Much
Yeah.
more
Okay,
sensual.
now, right? Like a
Sultry.
good smooch. Violetta has a I smelled a fart
Yeah,
face.
I don't
like
know.
sensual kissing? Sensuality?
I feel like
Kissing,
the older
romance?
I get, the more I don't really even need to kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, then you might want to feel free to go
No.
and get a cup of coffee. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just,
maybe this
it's
will
like
change your mind.
This
a
might
little
change your
bit
mind.
of smooching. Okay, I mean, I can't think of the last time I had a makeout sesh.
Well, here are the top 6 ways kissing can make you much healthier.
Much?
And much is their word.
Let's go.
In at number 6, kissing increases happiness.
Well,
It releases endorphins. And according to Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, endorphins make you happy.
not
number
to be
6.
confused with Elwood's Pine
Yeah.
Lodge.
That's right.
Which also makes you happy.
Yeah.
Also
You can
makes
also
you
get to
very
kiss in
happy.
there.
She has
Yeah.
Violetta has at an Elwood sesh
There you
recently.
go.
That I have.
Yeah.
Mhm. There's a back booth too.
And at number 5, why does kissing make you healthier? Well, kissing leads to stronger and better marriages.
Oh.
Now, it's not just that frequent kissers might have stronger marriages, because it's great for mental and emotional health, but kissing will actually help you choose the right partner. When you kiss someone, your body is subconsciously sharing information about your respective immune systems. The technical term is major histocompatibility complex, meaning biologically, your bodies are drawn together.
Science.
Draw me like one of your French girls, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
No.
No.
And at number 4, why can kissing make you healthier? Now, this one might debunk what we've long thought. Kissing can help fight illness. What? I thought it was spreading it.
It's,
Oh.
it's
right,
like going
we're-
to the chickenpox party, right?
Right.
Like where everybody just tries to give it to everybody else.
It might
You
sound,
invented that, huh?
Is that the idea?
they say, it may sound counterintuitive. Swapping spit's a great way to fend off viruses, especially if all that kissing leads to the intimate times.
Oh God.
Wow.
Why?
Okay.
Based on the journal Medical Hypothesis, in 2009, it indicated that women build up immunity against the cytomegalovirus by kissing infected partners. So, get to smooching. Infection-fighting antibodies can build within the two of you and help you both get through cold season unscathed. So, pucker up.
But probably not like multiple kissing partners. Like if you're
I
making
think you
out
got to
with-
link up with one.
Yeah.
You want to link up with one, and the two of you want your systems to sync. In at number 3.
Come here, baby. That's a guy with
That's
a
'cause
cold.
you got a cold.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's a guy with a cold
Got it.
asking to kiss
Got it.
for health reasons.
Yep. Yeah.
That
I thought
was
his
right
head
there.
was stuck in a coffee
Come
jar.
here, baby. Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank you for.
And
No, get over here.
Believe me,
No.
we'll
Wow.
both be better
Yeah.
off for this.
You're
Oh,
right.
my-
You're right. You're right. Okay.
Theater of the mind to the worst place possible.
Yeah.
What are we on? 2, 3? Like what?
What are we on? Good question.
And at number 3, why does kissing make you healthier? It spurs arousal, whip, and it enhances intimacy. Frequent intimacy can enhance everything from your heart health to your self-esteem. So get to bumping and grinding.
Thank
In
you
at
for the
number-
name
yeah,
check in the middle
you
of that.
gotta
I
have it, yeah.
appreciate that.
And at number 2, kissing with your partner will boost bonding. Whether you're smooching your partner or even your children, a passionate smooch with your partner or a normal kiss on a child.
Maybe we should skip this one.
Let's skip it.
Really read that the
Maybe
right
we
way.
should
Yeah.
just go back and pretend number 3
Yeah.
was number 1
It
or
will
something.
it will help create bonding. Thank you.
Okay.
And in at number 1,
And please end.
the reason kissing makes you healthier, when you're kissing, you're burning calories.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
That's just dumb.
Of course, it won't burn as many calories as taking a run. Okay, they're clear to say that.
Or
However,
anything else.
it does and has been proven to pump up your metabolism to about twice its usual rate.
Yeah, probably also yelling at your partner would do that.
Guys, why
Right?
so negative? Why so negative? Let love in.
Slamming
Right.
doors.
Yeah, let me slam this door 10 times. My
Guys.
arm is getting a workout.
You burn
Let
calories
love
eating
in.
a Snickers bar, really.
Yeah.
I guess they're not net, but
According
you know.
to this, you can kiss a Snickers bar, which
Whoa.
I do quite regularly. Watch me kiss the bottom of a chocolate milkshake. My God.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Sound check. Sound check. This is Nikki's Sound Check on the Morning Mix.
Whip, I'm going to say this one is a lot of this is kind of going toward you. A lot of
Okay,
it's a lot,
thanks.
Really
all that
is.
is, in our past is back again.
Good.
And we're going to start with Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain.
Oh, I remember
Wow.
them. They
Yes.
were crazy kids in love once upon a time.
That's right. Frances Bean Cobain married Tony Hawk's daughter.
Really?
Our son. Oh my gosh, I just
Wow.
So Tony
Still,
Hawk,
really?
Yeah, both. Tony Hawk has a son. Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain obviously have Frances Bean. She was
Right.
married before. They just got married, and the funniest part about this, it's so how like music royalty.
Yeah.
REM's Michael Stipe, he officiated the wedding.
Is there anything more 90s in this wedding?
Really?
Yeah, no, the whole thing. And that, by the way, is Frances Bean's godfather, Michael
Really?
Stipe is.
Did they have the Did they have the
sound
reception
really
at Fuddruckers? Like how more 90s could it have gotten?
They followed with a hacky sack reception.
They got
It was
all the
wonderful.
clothing at Montgomery Ward's.
So, yeah, what kind of an interesting. I just can't even imagine like Courtney Love and Tony Hawk, and they're like getting together for Thanksgiving.
Did you
It's
just
so
say
weird.
they hacky sacked at the reception?
Like 10 minutes ago.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and then on to more things of our past.
That's
Duran
right.
Duran.
Come
okay.
on.
Okay.
So Duran Duran, they were recently here with Nile Rodgers on
That's
tour.
right, on tour.
Spent a lot of time in the city, actually. And Chris and I had the chance to talk to Simon Le Bon of Duran Duran because
Yes.
they have a new album out this Friday called Danse Macabre. Okay.
Whoa.
Which we learned is you got to get a little French with it, he told us.
Have to wear Le Bon. I mean, come on.
That's right. Yeah.
Right there.
He said that.
I
and, you know.
made the joke that we should be smoking thin cigarettes, and I'm not sure if he liked it, but I made it, and we moved forward.
Okay.
And then we commented how when you're in the Midwest, it's like dance macabre,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we said it wrong the rest of the time.
Now, what
Or
can you
I
do?
did.
Oh, well.
But anyway, so he did talk a little bit about his time here in Chicago.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much being in the city, but being out on the water.
Violetta, you could have been in the playpen.
you've been in the
seeing Simon
playpen.
Le Bon.
I probably was on the boat with him and didn't even know.
Had no idea.
She had no idea.
This
No
English
wonder.
guy.
He was playing his own music, and she turned and was like, "Can I get that iPod from you? I got to change this song."
Have you ever
sucks."
heard of Harry Styles?
Why?
So yes, their new stuff, Dance Macabre. They're doing covers of some of their original songs, Duran Duran is, and then some different covers. They do Rolling Stones. They do. They just released Psycho Killer by Talking Heads.
Okay.
Where they
Yeah.
pair up with Victoria from Måneskin. You know, she doesn't love shirts Victoria.
blouse lift.
And then Billie Eilish, they also do a cover of Bury a Friend. Okay, and then let's continue down the 80s and 90s train here. Green Day, remember them?
Come on.
Wow.
They're still around. They're still making stuff, and they are releasing new music. And earlier this morning, in fact, a couple times throughout the morning, Whip, you've been talking about zombies.
Yes.
So
not Rob Zombie, which would be another
he
90s
would be-
thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
he would. This is his favorite time of year, Halloween. So they have a new video out where they're all zombies, basically performing. And the name of the song is called "The American Dream Is Killing Me." And they said the name of the album, by the way, is Saviors. So let's take this as another layer deep zombie-wise. Those are like the Negan bad guys in
That's
Walking
right.
Dead. So I don't know if they're really feeling this zombie thing, but they said it's basically an invitation into Green Day's brain, their collective spirit as a band, and an understanding of friendship, culture, and the legacy of the last 30 years. So that's what they're talking about right here. And they say it's about a lot of things, including war, disease, mental health, climate change, and urine glass.
Oh!
Not the last one, but the other ones, all accurate.
The Morning Mix Flash Briefing with Violetta.
So how long do you guys think Stan Donuts has been in Chicago?
Oh, man. 25 years.
30 years.
What?
18 months.
Okay, so we're approaching the 10-year anniversary.
We gave him a lot longer.
Yeah, well, and so this story, the Chicago donut history kind of started back in 2014. So Rich Labriola started Stan's Donuts Chicago company. Obviously started in Los Angeles way before that. But
Are you saying there's no Stan?
No, Stan is involved. Stan
Oh.
Berman,
Oh,
he
thank
started
God.
it in Los Angeles. They're
Okay.
friends.
Oh,
So
all
Stan and Labriola started it in Chicago. They have a festival coming up to celebrate their 10-year anniversary.
Oh.
So that's coming up in January. Tickets are on sale today.
You know what
it
they
looks
say?
very cool.
Do not miss it. Thank you.
Yes, do go buy tickets.
I can't stand any more of this.
Okay, agreed. So moving on to the next story.
We can do more. We can do more. We can do
No,
more.
no, no, no.
Why?
Keep save it for tomorrow
We
at
don't
the
want to
comedy
sprinkle
show.
them? No sprinkling of jokes? You guys are frosty this morning.
So I'm pretty much going to change your movie watching experience right now with a new concept that is online and circulating.
A movie will pass the Bechdel test if it has two female characters in a movie that have a conversation with each other, and that conversation is not about a man.
What?
And you'd be surprised at how few movies pass this test.
Whoa.
So it's kind of crazy because now, after you hear that, so there are so many movies that two women do not have dialogue with each other that don't include a man or talking about a guy. So I'm going to rattle off a couple of these. So the ones that don't, we have Breakfast at Tiffany's, Zero Dark 30, Avengers, and Gravity. There are obviously movies that do, but I kind of feel like every time you see a movie now, you're going to think of this concept, the Bechdel.
The Bechdel test, it's been around since like 1929. So it's not a new thing, but it's
No.
new in pop culture.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
yes,
pretty wild.
It's trending right now. That's
Right.
why we're talking about it.
Yeah,
but
pretty wild.
A couple of movies that do pass that you might not expect: Showgirls, Goodfellas,
Okay.
American Pie 2, Twilight, Kill Bill, and one that you do expect: Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Woman. But
So these are like in the whole movie, like
Right.
in, within
in
the
the
whole
whole
movie. They're okay. Because initially I was like, what about Beaches? It's about friendship, but no. Then they talk about a dude later on in the movie. Yeah,
Right.
Wow,
Like Beaches
okay.
was not on that list.
no,
right?
it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was. That's what I'm saying. In my brain,
Right,
I was
because
should
you'll put
Right.
movies now through that test.
Yeah.
Like, does this?
you'll start to think,
Right.
and then you realize, oh no, there is a conversation.
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is kind of crazy. So you can use that next time you watch a movie. From movies to books, Britney Spears is everywhere. She was in a 13-year conservatorship where she felt pretty trapped, silenced, and now she is telling it all. Her book is out, and she's got a lot of bombshells. One of them that nobody really saw coming was that she auditioned for The Notebook. And that audition tape is now circulating online as well. She gets very emotional. She tears up. She actually does a very good job, and she's doing the read with who actually ended up being the leading role of a guy.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah. So
and
Ryan
they knew
Gos-
each other from the old Mickey Mouse days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that video is also circulating online this morning, and obviously that along with a lot of other bombshells that we keep dropping here about the new Britney book.
Pretty wild.
It's crazy. And that's your flash briefing.
All right, thank you for joining us for the Morning Mix podcast. Make sure you rate, review, like, and follow this podcast. You can also follow us on social at 1019 Mix Chicago. And we will see you tomorrow on the Morning Mix.